Blake Lively could have chemistry with a rock. It could have been just a tree, and there would have been chemistry. And it'd be like, oh my God, the tree did so good with Blake.
That's a compliment, Blake. That is
she's that she's that talented. So I take no credit for that.
Directing myself, a lot of that had to do with the brilliance of Blake Lively. I don't think people realize how involved she was in this movie. She was extremely involved, and she really made the film better. And I was like, hey, and I just gave her a big hug, and I think I scared her.
Teaching Justin how to pull you in.
Where have you seen this? That shouldn't be happening, by the way.
Just put me in any clothes and give me any words and have me step in and transform. And I used to be very insecure about that. I used to feel like an imposter because I would watch actors who were just shapeshifters. They could do it in any circumstance.
Unfortunately, regardless of how famous you are in Hollywood, you have no choice over which attorney deposes you or not. Blake Lively's learning the hard way that Cord is not Hollywood. I'm sorry, come again. You don't get to, this isn't a Colleen Hoover movie. You don't get to pick and choose who you have to work with and who you don't. Sorry, Blake, but your dragons don't work here.
And so people just know this behind the scenes. You should just know that she is a bit of a brat. Okay?
My nose is so big.
I was hoping that we could address this. It's not too late.
My money is on Blake Lively being wrong.
What is happening?
Welcome back to Tea Time with Tina Buckle Up Besties, because Hollywood's golden girl Blake Lively just found herself in a legal whirlwind that's juicier than the latest Colleen Hoover plot twist. The actress, famous for her sparkly red carpet appearances and picture-perfect Insta-feed, is now knee-deep in courtroom drama with none other than actor-director-producer Justin Baldoni.
A journal, as if I was Ryle, and the things that Ryle experienced in his life. And I had to create, as an example, the trauma that happened to him. I had to recreate that for
Clip 2. Feeling confused? Already don't worry, your girl's here to spill the tea, hand you the receipts, and serve it all with a side of sarcastic sass. But before we go all in, let me pose a quick question. What if your favorite prim and proper star Sully tried to ban her nemesis from spilling secrets about her? That's exactly the fiasco we're looking at today. Grab your popcorn, your comfy seat, and maybe a stress ball, because by the time we're done, you'll be hollering at the screen, wondering how real life just got so freaking dramatic.
Primarily, people don't like to work with Blake Lively. I can also tell you personally, back when I was an intern at Glamour magazine, working under an editor, she said the most difficult person that she has ever worked with and the rudest person that she had ever worked with was Blake.
By the way, don't forget to like and subscribe, because let's face it, I'm nothing without your support. Now back to the tea. First up, let's dish on that hush, hush, hush order. It's no secret that some celebs would rather have everyone keep their lips zipped tighter than a kid's backpack on the first day of school, especially when messy details might leak out faster than your least reliable friend at a house party. And Blake Lively's world rumor has it she's tried multiple times to slap a gag order on Justin Baldoni and his attorney Rand Fredman.
She's now made multiple attempts to gag Justin Baldoni and his attorney, now wants the case dismissed, and now is fighting.
Now, for those not already living in legal land, a gag order is basically a fancy way of saying shut your mouth or face the consequences. It's like telling your chatty coworker at the office holiday party that if they keep telling embarrassing stories they're going to regret, it only you know with actual legal repercussions.
You know, basically, we do see gag orders in cases, typically in criminal cases, because the stakes are so much higher, and that's to protect the criminal defendant, because under the Sixth Amendment in the United States, the defendant has a right to a fair trial, and the prosecution's release of information about the allegations in the criminal complaint can, taint a jury pool. I don't see that here, particularly since she is the one who has gone out there so publicly herself.
Why would Blake be so pressed to keep things hush-hush? Maybe she's got secrets she doesn't want seen the light of day. Or maybe she's just used to controlling her public image so meticulously that any free-range chatter is in her mind a capital offense. In fairness, Miss Lively has always been the picturesque star, never too messy, never too mean.
Reportedly is claiming that she doesn't want Brian Friedman to depose her because of unspecified statements that he's made about her. You mean like when he said that they had plans to sue her into oblivion?
Are you going to sue Blake Lively too?
Into oblivion, Megan. Wait till you see this lawsuit.
Oh boy. Well, for what?
Full of evidence, admissions, documents, which prove exactly what she did and how she bullied her way through the process to take over the the movie agent will be part of this lawsuit. That was Blake Lively's. Blake Lively will be sued, and we're carefully considering other people that will be sued also, and some of it will come as a surprise. Ryan Reynolds.
So seeing her name splashed across legal documents is definitely a switch up, but here's the kicker: these gag order attempts have been shot down more times than that friend who can't get a date on Tinder.
But I have no idea on what grounds these two and their mediocre lawyers are going to attempt to dismiss his lawsuit.
Every time Lively's legal squad tries to clamp a muzzle on the other side, it seems the judge is like, nah, sis, not today. The real question: why does she keep trying? Either she's extremely determined or she's got something so scandalous under wraps that she'd do literally anything to keep it quiet. And if that's the case, well, buckle up, because a bombshell could blow soon enough. We're just getting warmed up, folks. Next on the docket, Lively and her legal. Cavalry apparently attempted to toss out the entire case like it was last night's leftover takeout.
Their lawyers have filed a similar motion. A move to dismiss.
It's right, dismiss, scrap, done. Finito is like if your favorite reality star decided to walk off the show mid-season. Because things got too real from what we've gleaned, Lively's team marched into court, basically saying you're on, let's just call it quits. We don't want this drama. Let's pack up and go home.
All right, to begin, let's start with the end. The conclusion here, I have said this since before, long before this ever broke out between her and Justin Baldoni, that we have to compartmentalize. Blake Lively is not a good person. So no matter what happens in this lawsuit, no matter who wins in the end, do not let it distract you from the fact that she has proven herself not to be a kind person, okay?
The big unanswered question: why is she so desperate to avoid a fight? Is she so convinced she's right? If you're 100% innocent, you'd think you want your day in court to proclaim from the rooftops. Right, unless, of course, there's something behind the scenes that makes the battle a bigger risk than a quick, clean exit. Now the judge, not being swayed by star power alone, took one look at that request and effectively said, try again, honey. The case hasn't magically disappeared. In fact, from all accounts, it's still sizzling on the stove, slowly cooking up more intrigue. As each legal motion fails, it's the kind of unstoppable drama that belongs on a Gossip Girl episode. Except this time, real people's reputations are on the line. And guess what? We're all here for it.
So in a newly released letter, we are now finding out that Blake Lively is not happy with Justin Baldoni's attorney, Brian Friedman. So much so that she's fighting back and doesn't want to be deposed by him.
Common Mizuka, nope, not happening. You know we're in for one juicy ride. And speaking of rides, this roller coaster is about to climb higher, because next up is the real main event, depositions. If hearing the word deposition makes you want to snooze, I promise you, you might want to think again, because depositions in this case are the single biggest thorn in Blake Lively's side right now. And apparently she's just not having a picture this year in A-list. Star used to controlling interview questions and walking out if you don't like the vibe. Suddenly you're told you have to sit down under O and answer whatever an attorney throws your way. Is like going on the world's worst talk show with a host who's out for blood. Instead of ratings, Lively is doing everything in her power to dodge Brian Friedman's line of questioning, as if the mere thought of facing him in a legal showdown sends chills down her spine. But here's the T depositions are standard part of civil cases. If you're connected to the drama even tangentially, you better be ready to pick up that mic and talk. And it doesn't matter how many blockbusters you start and nobody gets special VIP treatment in a court of law. So why is she so adamant about skipping this mandatory session? Maybe she's worried the truth bombs could land harder than a meteor. Maybe her PR team is flailing, trying to keep her squeaky clean image intact, or perhaps she believes her star status allows her to demand a specially curated Q&A session. Whatever the reason's about as plausible as trying to skip a final exam by telling professor you just don't feel like taking good luck. With that, still you got to give Lively credit for perseverance. She's definitely not rolling over. She's more like that one friend who tries to get the last word in every argument. Except the friend is also a Hollywood actress with legal counsel. Will her tactics prevail, or is this the beginning of a meltdown that will overshadow any rom-com cameo she's ever done? Keep those eyes glued. The best is still to come now. Let's put a spotlight on the man of the hour, Brian Friedman. If Baldoni is the leading actor in this story, Friedman is a formidable sidekick who's ready to go full throw down in the courtroom. He's been painted as the big bad wolf by Lively's camp. But if you believe the rumors, he's basically just doing his job, albeit with a little extra spice. Remember, Lively has specifically stated she doesn't want this guy anywhere near her during a deposition. Why? because of statements he allegedly made about her. Welcome back to Tea Time with Tina Buckle Up Besties, because Hollywood's Golden Girl Blake Lively just found herself in a legal whirlwind that's juicier than the latest Colleen Hoover plot twist. The actress, famous for her sparkly red carpet appearances and picture-perfect Insta-feed, is now knee-deep in courtroom drama with none other than actor, director, producer Justin Baldoni.